Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to 365 Days of Love and Miracles with A Course in Miracles. My name is Arlene Geres, and I am so glad that you are here. Please remember to listen right until the very end because we have a special treat for you. And if you enjoyed today's video, please click like and subscribe down below because this helps others to find us on YouTube. Today's lesson is lesson number 128. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Now, this can be a tough one for us, my friends. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Does that mean that I don't want my beautiful husband? That I don't want my children and my grandchildren in my life? Does that mean I don't want the beautiful friends that I have, or to be able to enjoy this incredible life that my husband and I get to enjoy here in Mexico? I want to be clear, that is absolutely not what this lesson is saying. But what it is saying is that we cannot base our happiness in the world of the ego. All of the things of this world will eventually fade away. Only God's world lasts forever. Let's read today's lesson. The world you see holds nothing that you need to offer you, nothing that you can use in any way, nor anything at all that serves to give you joy. Believe this thought, and you are saved from years of misery, from countless disappointments, and from hopes that turn to bitter ashes of despair. No one but must accept this thought as true if he would leave the world behind and soar behind its petty scope and little ways. Let's talk about it. This is really getting at the Buddhist idea of attachment. When we hold on too tightly to the things of the world, and most especially to the people of this world, we're trying to keep these people, places, and things stuck in a little box, wrapped up tight, because if they behave the way that we want, then we think that that is going to make us happy. But that is absolutely not true, my friends. We are meant to have open hands, to let the people, places, and things come into our life, and when it is time to let them go, let's not hold on too tightly. It's just like if we put our hand into a rushing river, if we close our fist, when we bring our hand out, we will have nothing. But if we keep our hand in the water, we allow that river to keep flowing past us, we have a bounty of joy, peace, and happiness. That is God's world, my friends. Let's keep our hands in the river. Let's keep reading. Each thing you value here is but a chain that binds you to the world, and it will serve no other end but this. For everything must serve the purpose you have given it until you see a different purpose there. The only purpose worthy of your mind this world contains is that you pass it by without delaying it to perceive some hope where there is none. Be you deceived no more. The world you see holds nothing that you want. If we can accept this idea, we are going to save ourselves years of pain. Having lost one son to death and another son through circumstances, I know the pain of loss only too well. I miss both of my sons desperately, and the grandson that my surviving son has. They are not in my life. I have never met my grandson, and he has just turned 5 years old. Oh, that is a huge pain for me. But I'm here to tell you that my lesson is to learn to let go of the people in my life, to understand that God provides a bounty of love. I don't have to hang my hat on any one person, place, thing, or situation. I can accept that no matter what happens in my life, God will continue to shower me with His love and His blessings. It may not always come in the form or the shape that I want it to, but when I can let go of what I want, I let go of my own selfish desires, what I think my needs are, then God is able to bless me so much more richly. Let's keep reading. Escape today the chains you place upon your mind when you perceive salvation here. For what you value, you make part of you as you perceive yourself. All things you seek to make your value greater in your sight limit you further, hide your worth from you, and add another bar across the door that leads to true awareness of yourself. Do you want to truly know yourself, my friends? Or do you want to stay all mixed up and jumbled in all the frustrating circumstances that everyone's life brings to them? We cannot see clearly if we are tangled up in what somebody else is doing, what somebody else has said about us, what we perceive that someone is doing to us. We cannot get to the truth of who we are as God's beautiful, beloved children if we are all wrapped up in this. It's like we put ourselves in prison, and every single time that I'm thinking about what someone else has done or said that I have taken offense to, remember, I take offense. It's never what they did. It's my perception of it. Every single time that I do that, I'm placing another bar into my prison cell. And I'm keeping myself locked up in chains. I don't want to do that anymore. How about you? Do you want to break out of that prison? Do you want to come into God's love and God's light? Let's learn how to let go of the people, places, things, and circumstances in our lives. Let's appreciate what we have in our life, but let's not hold on tightly. Let's keep reading. Let nothing that relates to body thoughts delay your progress to salvation, nor permit temptation to believe the world holds anything you want to hold you back. Nothing is here to cherish. Nothing here is worth one instant of delay and pain, one moment of uncertainty and doubt. The worthless offer nothing. Certainty of worth cannot be found in worthlessness. Let's talk about it. Certainly we are meant to be grateful for our life. We are meant to be grateful for the people in our life. We are meant to be grateful for our homes, for our jobs, for all of the treasures that God showers on us. But we are not meant to hold on tightly. Nothing is here to cherish. Let's just appreciate, enjoy, and have gratitude. But let's not make idols of the people, places, things, and situations in our lives. Let us hold on very loosely. Let's keep reading. Today, we practice letting go of all thought of values we have given to the world. We leave it free of purposes we gave its aspects and its phases and its dreams. We hold it purposeless within our minds and loosen it from all we wish it were. Thus do we lift the chains that bar the door to freedom from the world and go beyond all little values and diminished goals. Let's talk about it. If we believe that the things of this world, the things of the ego, are going to bring us happiness, it's like we have God's bounty laid before us on this incredible banquet table made by all the best chefs in the world. Can you imagine being at a banquet like that? That is what God provides us in the way of His love, His joy, His peace, His happiness. And instead of appreciating and enjoying God's banquet table, we sit over in the corner with our little box of dried cereal, eating the crumbs, being afraid, thinking that we don't deserve God's joy, God's peace, God's happiness. Don't settle for the crumbs. Yes, certainly, if you want to eat the cereal, enjoy it, be grateful for it. But don't deprive yourself of God's bounty of riches. Let's keep reading. Pause and be still a little while and see how far you rise above the world when you release your mind from chains and let it seek the level where it finds itself at home. It will be grateful to be free a while. It knows where it belongs. But free its wings, and it will fly in sureness and in joy to join its holy purpose. Let it rest in its Creator, there to be restored to sanity, to freedom, and to love. Let's talk about it. Did you know that if you put a rat in a cage, the door to the cage is open, but every time that the rat approaches that door, if you shock the rat, in time, the rat will not go near the door. Now you turn off the shock. The rat will never go near the door. It has learned to be afraid of being free, my friends. That's you and that's me. Our ego has told us over and over again that it is not safe to fly free. It is not okay to live in joy. It is not okay to experience God's eternal peace and happiness. A Course in Miracles tells us to break free of those chains, to loosen the prison bars, and to soar above the worries and the problems and the fears of this world. There's an expression that my husband told me many years ago that I just love. Above the clouds, the sun is shining, so shut your mouth and quit your whining. That always makes me laugh, but it gets the point across. I love when we go up in a plane on a really stormy, cloudy, rainy day. We go up above the clouds and son of a gun, it's blue sky up there. The first time that I experienced that, I was absolutely in awe. That is how it is with God, my friends. Up above the clouds, it's a glorious day. It's sunshiny and absolutely wonderful. And underneath is those puffy clouds. You feel like you could just lean back and rest on them. But of course you wouldn't. You'd fall to earth and die unless you had a parachute. In any case, that is who God is. God is going to lift us up above the clouds of worry and despair and fear and death. Only God can do this. Let's take his hand. Let's free our wings and fly in sureness and in joy to join God's holy purpose. Let's finish the reading. Give it 10 minutes rest 3 times today, and when your eyes are opened afterwards, you will not value anything you see as much as when you looked at it before. Your whole perspective on the world will shift by just a little every time you let your mind escape its chains. The world is not where it belongs, and you belong where it would be and where it goes to rest when you release it from the world. Your guide is sure. Open your mind to him. Be still and rest. Protect your mind throughout the day as well. And when you think you see some value in an aspect or an image of the world, refuse to lay this chain upon your mind, but tell yourself with quiet certainty, this will not tempt me to delay myself. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Let's talk about our practice sessions. We are asked to have 3 10-minute practice sessions today. First thing in the morning, last thing just before we go to sleep, and another time during the day that is convenient for us. I suggest that you schedule that midday practice period so that you're sure to have it happen. We want to give 10 minutes to each of those practice periods. Every time that we do, this lesson tells us that the chains on our minds will be loosened just a little, and we will learn to see the world in a very different way. We are also asked to practice this often throughout the day, and especially when we are tempted in any way to place value in any person, place, thing, or situation, to simply stop for a minute or two and say to ourselves, this will not tempt me to delay myself. The world I see holds nothing that I want. And then just pause for a silent meditation for a minute or two as we allow this idea to sift into our consciousness. Thanks so much for listening right until the end, my friends. If you enjoyed today's videos, please share the love. Tell your friends about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat? Let's take a look at this mango tree. It's a beauty. Goes way, way up. Just absolutely gorgeous. And here we have a few that are ripening up very nicely. The locals are going to be all over these very, very soon. Look at this beauty. These guys are even bigger and boy, all very, very close to being ready to be picked. Let's zoom in a bit and see if we can get a better look. Oh my gosh, you can almost reach them from here too. Yum. Have a blessed day, my friends. I love you. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Have a day of holding the world loosely, my friends. Keep your hand in the river, and you will always have the bounty of God's love, peace, joy, and happiness. Have an awesome day, my friends. I love you.